Ain't no lie. Bye, bye, bye.
What's up, guys?
What up, what up?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Love dating the episode.
Did we do... No, it was before. Yeah.
What?
Our last episode was before.
First video of 2025?
Yep, correct.
Here we go.
That we've recorded. Yeah.
Had to make sure my mic was on.
Yeah, no, because we released... The Zoo Pals one came out like a couple days ago.
Let us know what you think of the Zoo Pals episode. We had fun recording that one.
Yeah.
The Moose. That is
The Moose was a good one.
Fish.
Once we recorded that, the fish were terrible.
Fish are great.
the controversial.
We recorded that one, and I went through editing, and I went and looked on YouTube. I'm like, is this even gonna be like worthwhile to like upload? And I looked, and I'm like, there's channels on here with like thousands of subscribers, and their videos on Zoo Pals tier lists are getting like 100 views. I'm like, whatever, I'll edit it. That one was easy because we like talked the whole time and we're on topic, and I never had to really edit once we got going. So it was just all the way through. I just,
I'm surprised that was only like a 15-minute conversation. It felt longer.
The other one's like 40 minutes that
for
started
real?
editing. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, fun fact, CamCam record or edits our videos.
Yeah, we surprisingly don't pay someone for those fantastically edited videos we do.
People have been telling us to pay someone to edit them, and we refuse.
Yeah.
Be sure to like and subscribe so that we don't keep killing this guy every single week as he edits videos.
That'll still happen.
Yeah, somewhat.
All right, to start us off, this may more so apply to me, but a new wrestling movie is coming out, and folk style wrestling, to be specific. The wrestling that's like what's in the Olympics. It's called Unstoppable. It's a story about it's a true story about a wrestler named Anthony Robles who has one leg, and he faced challenges with that and got around it, and he was a successful wrestler who wrestled for Arizona State University, and they're turning his story into a movie on the big screen.
Yeah.
And they have a stacked cast. Jennifer Lopez is his mom. Help me with the other actors' names.
Famed actors Don Cheadle and also Michael Pena are in the movie.
Yep.
It's like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. And J-Lo just broke fucking Ben's heart.
Let's not talk
Never
about
forgive her.
I'm very upset about it.
Are you team Ben?
I'm more team Benifer, like the couple. You know what I mean? Like they had a perfect love story because they were together 20 years ago and they got engaged and then they broke up. Both of them got married to different people, had kids, comes back together like 20 plus years later. And then it seems perfect. They bring their blended families together, gets divorced within like a year and a half of being married. I just don't believe in love anymore.
He's like base too. No, like he went on God, I'm fucking blanking now. Bill Maher. He went on Bill Maher's show like I think close to a decade ago, and Bill was saying like some fucked up shit about Muslims or something, and Ben just like checked him so hard on the show. It's like It's a really good moment.
Hey.
Team Ben. Fuck J-Lo. And for that
Whoa.
No.
Never fuck J-Lo. Never fuck J-Lo.
What?
I mean,
some people happily would.
No. Like, yeah, fuck J-Lo, but also not fuck J-Lo.
What? She seems problematic. I'm not gonna lie now.
Yeah.
At this point,
She probably doesn't recycle every piece of plastic she uses.
Yeah.
Okay, I will concede that there's some things about J-Lo.
She didn't respect all those Dunkin' runs Ben was going on.
The real key thing for me with J-Lo, and I do feel bad because some people are like this in life, is that like, just the falling in and out of love constantly. That's what she talks about a lot personally and then also in her music. I'll never forget, like, she had an album when she first came back into music, like 14-ish years ago. She went on like a hiatus having kids with Mark Anthony, but she had her first album back was called Love, but it was with a question mark. And she was like, her reasoning was because, like, but what's after, like, I've married with kids, but what's after that? And then even as a teenager, I was like, this doesn't spell well for their marriage. If she's saying love question mark.
Yeah.
This might be a little dumb, but there's a guy named Mark Anthony, like in real life.
Yeah.
The singer, correct?
Yep.
Very, very famous.
Oh, yeah.
M-A-R-C, Mark.
So it's different. Well, probably not. That's probably how they spelled it back in the day.
Well, I believe it's Mark Anthony, but
Even still, what audacity
he got 2 first names.
to name your child. That's one of the main characters from the Julius Caesar play.
Whatever.
The Shakespearean play. Mark Anthony, you uncultured bastard.
Who's this Shakespeare you speak
What
of?
the fuck?
I've seen The Lion King.
He's
but,
like Caesar's second-hand man that ends up like being like the one that like marries Cleopatra.
That sounds pretty cool.
And Cleopatra is J-Lo in this?
Kinda.
Okay.
Kinda. It does work
Is
out.
it inaccurate? I mean,
it kind of works. We can make it work if we thought about it.
I'm mostly just amazed he ever got with J-Lo to begin with. It's not like he's a very
Ben?
handsome man. Mark Anthony.
he's got pipes on him.
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
He's
Ben.
successful.
Yeah, that's true.
Ben did those Batman workouts. She
But
had to get back on the
even before that,
Affleck train.
Even before that, some would call him like good looking, I guess.
Some. You're not gonna say that?
I'm not throwing my head in that ring.
Okay.
Was the famous Ben smoking a cigarette not feeling great? Was that with J-Lo? Was that because of her?
That was pre J-Lo.
Ben does shit like that all the time, though.
He's very memeable face now. Like, it's crazy because back in the day, he was like one of the Hollywood like smooth guys, but then now that he's like a 40-plus-year-old dad, he always gives off this energy of just like he's just fucking tired.
Yeah.
We're all tired though.
Like that one where you're smoking in the public, that's one thing. But the other key one was when he was promoting Batman v Superman, and like Henry Cavill was like in like a press junket interview with them and everything, and then they play Mumford and Sons, and they just zoom in. You just zoom in on his face, and he just looks so depressed.
He's like a dead behind the eyes.
He got like a Dunkin' Donuts deal out of this too, but there's like a bunch of them where he's just holding like a cup of coffee and he just looks over like everything. But he got a Dunkin' deal out of it, so.
But
yeah, back to the movie.
with this movie, most wrestling movies are like B tier, not even B tier, like C tier actors, just like the bottom of the barrel. They scrounged up like someone who just graduated. You're telling me those are A-list actors in Never Back Down?
Hansu.
Before
fucking
that
phenomenal.
movie?
He Blood Diamond was before that with
Okay.
Leo.
You're talking about the coach, like the trainer.
Yes.
Yeah. They got one.
No, and then I forget his name. The bad guy in the movie.
Yeah.
He was in Twilight. He was in a bunch of movies around that time.
Are you really calling Twilight a big like?
Twilight didn't
credit?
come before that though, right?
No,
I'm
Twilight's
saying
not
he's
before
like
this.
a notable actor.
But that's not wrestling. That's
And then
just
Amber Heard.
That's just boxing / street fighting.
Okay, I'll give you Amber Heard. Yeah.
There's 3 people on that cover, like instantly recognizable
But
that people our
There's
age.
2 on this cover.
But Never Back Down.
You're a dude.
That's not
almost any woman our age recognizes the villain from the movie. I would know his name if I read it too.
But Never Back Down is not a wrestling movie. It's not a folk style, freestyle, Greco-Roman wrestling movie.
You're talking about straight up collegiate.
There are a couple wrestling movies, but they are the most like straight to DVD.
Oh,
like
Evan Peters is in this too.
That's why I was staring at it. I was like, there's a picture of Evan Peters, but I wanted to make sure I got it right. Yeah, Evan Peters. Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
I didn't argue this. It was
that's a boxing movie.
Okay.
It's
MMA. Street fighting.
It's MMA. It's a great movie too.
I haven't seen it, so.
But okay,
one day.
My 2 points: wrestling has never got its moment in the spotlight like this. Like this never happens. And 2, I feel like for your motivational sport movies, you don't necessarily have to love that sport. Like
yeah,
what?
for sure.
Remember the Titans? Like You don't have to be the biggest football fan to get inspired by that movie. It's still a good movie. So I think that even people who aren't dedicating their lives to wrestling will still like this movie.
That's really cool. So it's it's galvanizing to the masses in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like decent enough, like underdog story we can all get behind.
Have you said the premise of it?
It's like The Blind Side or something.
He has one leg. Did I say that already?
I don't think so.
No.
The wrestler has one leg, which at the beginning of his career when he first started was a disadvantage, but he ends up turning it into an advantage. So great story there.
Did this spawn a thing where now disabled people have like a separate league in wrestling?
There was a gentleman named Kyle Maynard who did not have. He stopped at the elbows on his arms and stopped at the knees on his legs. He wrestled and did MMA and was successful at it.
People weren't just stomping his ass out in MMA.
No.
How would that work in wrestling?
I don't really know. The thing about wrestling and combat sports and missing limbs is that it puts you artificially into a lower weight class. Mm-hmm. So when you look at Anthony Robles next to the people he wrestled, he's taller than them. He has wider shoulders. He's just a bigger individual.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to weigh in with the leg. When you step on the scale to figure out what weight class you're in, you don't have that part of your body to weigh in with. So it's as if you're like a 200-pound man fighting an 150-pound man, but you both weigh 150 because you're missing a chunk of you.
It's arguably cheating.
They just set like a dumbbell on the scale with him when he weighs it.
When my brother wrestled in high school, he faced someone who had a prosthetic leg, and I don't think they made him weigh in with the prosthetic leg. I think he weighed in without it and competed with it on.
Did he win?
I think he did.
Okay.
The prosthetic leg guy?
I think my brother won.
Okay. You got to represent for us able-bodied people.
We'll have him on one day and ask him. We'll remember that.
Igor, I believe his name was.
Also, Igor.
You misspoke for a minute there, saying that this is the biggest stage, eyes-wise, audience-wise that wrestling has ever had. Not true. That type of wrestling, yes, but Raw just debuted on Netflix this past Monday to 5 million people.
There's been plenty of popular soap operas.
Yeah. Here's what I'm getting at. I like
what?
I mean, yeah.
It's just funny.
Yeah, it's just a male soap opera, but also like infinitely more entertaining, and you can make millions more money. So ethically speaking, why would you ever do folk style?
For the lore.
For the lore. Yeah, I want money and fame.
Kurt Angle is known more than most WWE wrestlers will ever be known.
Most, not all.
Yeah, not all, but most.
But not all, but I would say most, but I would say John Cena, The Rock, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But if we had a Kurt Angle like today,
oh yeah, for sure.
Because like we're talking about something like 30 years ago at this point, but
28 years ago,
yeah,
wrestled and won the gold medal on a broken freaking neck. Yeah. It's very true.
Mm-hmm. Impressive.
Very impressive.
You don't need a leg. You don't need a neck. You need heart.
What do you think made Kurt Angle more famous? Winning the gold medal in 1996 or winning the WWE Championship in 2000?
To the masses or to like the people it matters?
So the masses and the people that matter.
To the masses, yes. To the people that matter, no.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I honestly
I'm pretty sure
know.
Kurt Angle is most well known for being a pro wrestler who also was an Olympian and has made millions of dollars off of the second career.
Is George Foreman more famous for boxing or the grill?
Boxing.
Being on Drake and Josh. Wait, I combined multiple stories there. They made a fake George Foreman.
Yeah.
It was Gary
the Gary
Coleman.
Grill, yes.
Okay. I got multiple.
Wow, that's a
confused.
deep cut.
Yeah,
that's a deep cut.
Yeah, my bad.
The Gary Grill episode was great.
Yeah.
You remember?
I'm a huge boxing fan too. Like I love George Foreman.
I was gonna say definitely for what is did in the 70s. The George Foreman grill though is very popular.
And that's my speech for the Unstoppable movie coming out. It is going straight to streaming.
Prime Video. Check it out.
As soon as that drops, January something, it drops in January. But yeah.
Help out Jeff Bezos, man. That guy's hurting for money.
They hand out free 1 month subscriptions like nothing. Just snag one of those, watch it, delete it, and
yeah, if you remember. And then while you're at it, go use that Prime Video Twitch subscription on Hassan. Twitch.
We have a Twitch channel.
Oh, we do. Yeah, use it on ours. Use it on ours.
We've been streaming Elden Ring. There will be more. Or wait, no. Baldur's Gate 3. There will be more coming soon.
There's one we streamed with it once, and the video is not live on the Twitch, so there's nothing on the channel. But you can watch it on YouTube. Go check that out.
I like the way you plugged some whole ass other person. Forgot you had a Twitch channel.
Yeah, I think it's linked in the channel somewhere. Go watch that.
I am not part of the Twitch channel.
You could be.
What would I play?
No, you just hang out and like drink beers and watch.
I think we have you and play The Sims.
The Sims?
The Sims?
Yeah.
Can you jerk off on The Sims?
What? Yeah. Why is that where your mind? Why? It wasn't can you have sex? It was can you jerk off?
They call it Make Whoopee. I forget
okay.
what. They do like a censored version.
Woohoo.
Right, cool.
Woohoo. Yeah,
right, cool.
That's what they call it.
Woohoo. I know.
But you said jerk off.
I know what this episode title is.
Like that's your fantasy to do in a game. Like, can I jerk off in a bush somewhere?
Well, when I think about, okay. When I think about,
is it what?
When I think about,
is that it?
I can't read that. That's way too far for me to read. I got terrible eyes.
Oh yeah. That's Hal's. Or Watts. Hal Watts.
Yeah.
Hal Watts, you and Hal Watts should play The Sims together on our Twitch channel. I think that'd be a good time.
I feel like you'd be uncomfortable with me trying to jerk off.
You can't jerk off.
The
fact that you're trying to do it probably would. After like 20 minutes and you're still trying.
Just in a room.
And she just keeps telling you it's not possible and you keep trying.
I just don't understand. It's supposed to simulate real life. Why can't you jerk off in it?
That was your first thought it's incredible. It wasn't like, can we have like a threesome in the game or something? It was, can I jerk off? Can I like beat off at work or something?
You can light babies on fire and do other stuff.
So
that's a big meme.
That's ethically way worse than self-pleasure.
Yeah, but
depends where. Oh, you mean then lighting a baby on fire?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That is a meme though that's like came out of it, like to show how unbothered you are, because there's one where there's a baby on fire on the ground and just the mom is on a computer like typing away as the baby's on fire next to her.
Mm-hmm.
The Sims sounds weird.
That does kind of speak to like American values, where you can show someone get their head cut off on TV, but like a nipple is across the line. That's way too far.
Yeah,
super stupid.
So
oh, my bad. You can go.
CamCam, what has a ruling class been up to lately?
Oh no,
some fuckery.
I believe that.
I enjoy the fact that we took like a 1 month hiatus from talking about politics, but it's about to rev up.
Yeah, we gotta start talking about it again.
Son of a bitch.
Big thing. Chuck Schumer endorsed Ben Wickler for DNC chair. He's like the guy we want for DNC chair. So that's like very surprising. Doesn't mean he's gonna get it, but he just tweeted today, I saw too, that if he becomes DNC chair, he's gonna like run an audit on every Democratic member of Congress to see what investments they have or something.
Okay.
It's like not a good bid to get the job, but it's good to hear, you know.
Nice step towards getting money out of politics.
Yeah, and I got in an argument on Twitter, of course, out of this, as one does. Where someone was like, he just seems like the biggest corporate option we could pick. And I'm like, he's the only one of the options we have that hasn't worked in corporate America. So, yeah. Okay. Ben Wickler. Support him. I have Kyle Klinsky tweet, but that was just him tweeting at Nancy Mace.
What do you say?
She took a picture with a bunch of food, and he just tweeted at her and said, "That's a lot of beans, you nasty bitch." And I thought that was funny. She's the big anti-trans like one in Congress. That's a lot of beans, you know. So I just see people posting that all over the place now. Anytime her name gets brought up, it just gets plastered all over shit.
Be right back. I'm getting that tattooed on my neck.
Yeah. What a great tweet. It was a lot of beans too. It was for Thanksgiving. Oh man. A lot of beans. Like we're living in the UK or something.
I want to circle back to that one.
Yeah, okay, we can. We'll look it up during the break. But lastly, Trump. Trump's been doing a lot of fucked up stuff.
Mm-hmm. I know he's been warring with Elon. That's the only thing I know is that he's already gotten tired of Elon.
President Elon?
That's kind of like a little side quest now, though.
Feels like The Boys. It's like, who's the real leader of the country?
It's Elon. But pretty much, like, it's weird. Like, Elon will say something, and then, like, I think what happened was Elon said we should take over Greenland or something, and then Don Jr. like flew to Greenland to like talk to them about taking Greenland, and now like all of them are just like, yeah, we should have Greenland.
And Canada and
yeah. There's a bunch of them. Yeah.
Why
Canada,
are we doing
Greenland,
world domination
Panama,
for no reason?
And they want to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Yeah. In related news, Mexico has helped with our wildfires greatly.
Oh yeah, so is Canada too.
Yep.
Just all of the allies except Israel, of course not.
How?
What do you mean?
How they help?
They have brought like planes and stuff to.
Yeah. Canada has planes that pick up water and drop it on it. For Mexico, I've seen helicopters and like loggers with chainsaws. I assume to clear a strip where it's heading to stop it.
And as reward, we're gonna absorb them and make them a part of our country.
That's what they want, though.
We're
secretly.
Canada and Mexico just spent decades trying to do shit to get on.
I have seen some Canadians that are like, yeah, that would be great. Like talking like that, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, so basically we're doing some symbolic gestures against them, and they're doing real world help towards us.
Well, have you seen the president of Mexico, her responses to Trump? They're like the best thing ever.
Just sarcastic.
Yes, she just like feeds right back into it. She did this whole thing televised with a crowd and everything, talking about how they want to rename America Mexico America.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this whole speech, and she's like, that sounds nice, doesn't it? Just like doing the Trump shit right back to him.
Which the weird part is the official name of Mexico, the full version, is the Mexican United States.
Oh, really?
On the money, it says Los Estados Unidos Mexicanos, which is the Mexican United States.
Oh, damn.
United States, like U.S., is Estados Unidos. Their full name, Estados Unidos Mexicanos, the Mexican United States. That's already their name.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
You usually hear the short version, but on like official documents and stuff, yeah.
I saw another graph where they were like, this is the real outcome we should hope for, and it was Canada taking the top half of the U.S. and Mexico taking the bottom
Getting
half.
Texas and California back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because at first I was looking, I'm like, oh, that sucks for Mexico. They're getting the worst. And then I saw they got Canada in the graph, and I was like, no, that's they're probably fine with that. Get California in the deal. Yeah. They'd immediately be like the number one country in the world. Like immediately their economy would be number one.
Hold on, but New York though.
Yeah, but they would have Canada, Texas, Florida, like plus Mexico is already probably like a top.
Wait. I thought Canada was going to take the top half of America.
Yeah,
that would include New York. That would include New York and the Midwestern states.
Yeah.
So that's a decent bit.
It is for sure.
That's like a good halfway cutoff because you take California and Texas go lower, but then New York, Illinois, and the Midwestern states go up.
Yeah.
That's like a decent trade-off, honestly.
California, Florida, and Texas are like the most populated states, though, too.
New York is the most populated
state.
Yeah.
No, it's California, then Texas. Then I think New York.
What world are we living in now?
New York and Florida are like very close, though.
What world are we living in now?
What do you mean?
Like if you look at New York City per square mile.
Oh God.
If you look at
what is the most populated state in America?
Think of electoral votes. Like California has like 57 electoral votes.
Texas second.
I'm telling, like it's the electoral votes are based off population.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
New York is small.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like easily the most populated state for like Ever.
What century are you living in?
13 colonies, maybe.
Hold on. Google.
When
was the last time New York was the most populated state?
It's going to be like 30 years ago. Maybe 40.
The 1960s.
Yeah.
Had 9.1. Wait a minute. No, that was California.
Is that the AI summary or the actual thing?
By contrast, New York, the most populous state until California overtook it in the 1960s, had 9.1 million people. And
that's it. You were thinking back to the 1960s.
Yeah.
In 1810, New York became the most populated state in the country. By 1962.
Does that count indigenous people, or is that just Europeans?
No. That doesn't even count the slaves they had.
If you don't count indigenous people and enslaved people, yes.
What the hell? God. Government classes failed us here in America.
They literally tried to count slaves as much of the population as they could to have them overtake states like New York, but still not have them like be like counted as full people.
3/5 compromise. Huh. Wow.
That was shocking to you?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I'm very confused because you're like very into politics.
I didn't know that. I thought
California has like double the electoral votes that any other state.
Yeah, but
has.
like there's tons of things with the electoral college that to me that didn't make any sense.
Well, technically it undercounts California's population. So if the population was like actually represented, they would have like I think it was like 10 more electoral votes than they have. It's some wild number.
What the hell?
Yeah. Dems getting screwed.
What the
Yeah. All right. So,
what else?
How have your guys' New Year's resolutions gone?
I have no New Year's resolutions.
Oh, me either.
So, yeah.
Well, I have New Year's resolutions specific to the roles that I have and the jobs that I do, but not like a me. I guess in general, I've been wanting to work on my work-life balance and like take more time for myself and like true enjoyment. Also, in my relaxed time, I end up staring at a screen the entire time and not really relaxing. So, like, one of my informal New Year's resolutions is to, like, spend my relaxed time actually relaxing and not just, like, I don't know if you want to call it doom scrolling or just mindlessly watching things, but...
No. OSRS?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Old school RuneScape. A game from 2007.
Sounds like a bunch of fucking nerds who jerk off a lot in there. Anyway,
you can't jerk off.
No, I mean like just I'm saying sounds like it's played by nerds who jerk off.
I just like we bring up any video game to you and you're just like, well, can you like jerk off?
We just know now to clarify whether or not you can. In Baldur's Gate 3, are you able to take masturbatory actions?
I don't know what that word means. You can have sex.
I'm really
with
excited.
Yourself?
No.
Oh,
I am really excited for GTA 6 because I'm pretty sure you can jerk off in
that'd be a game where you could. If they can't, what have they been working on this whole time?
Correct.
There was an emote in GTA where you were doing this. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that on YouTube, but I'll do it over here.
Black line, put a black like thing over you or something.
I don't know about you guys. I count that emote as
yeah.
That's probably as close as we'll ever get.
Yeah, that's fine. There's probably mods for it.
I remember when
Skyrim
Vice
mods.
City. I remember being a kid playing Vice City.
I just got reminded of the Skyrim mod you said you had.
Yep.
No elaboration.
I remember playing Vice City as a kid with like my brothers and my cousins, and like they would get a car. It'd be at nighttime. You would have to take a girl, and it's like this. It's kind of like a cheat code thing. You have to like park, and then you have to keep it there and not move for like some random amount of time, probably like an hour, and then finally like the car starts to move and shit. But it was like its own.
And then your money
code.
Starts dropping.
Really?
Too. Yeah, you would lose like $1 every second.
Oh.
Yeah. So then the key was when the hooker gets out of the car, then you murder them and take your money back. That's the GTA loop.
Okay, I didn't know that last
That's a
part.
decent gameplay loop.
Oh, so you're fine with jerking off in your video games, but not hooker murder.
What I was saying doesn't hurt anybody.
It could. Louis C.K. Yeah.
That hurt other people though. You could jerk off by yourself and it's fine.
You can.
Louis C.K. was out there like traumatizing like workers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jerking off can be harmful.
Okay, but not in the way that you would put it in a video game. Don't jerk off in front of other people.
That is exclusively how it would be in GTA.
If I can jerk off in a video game, you better believe I'm doing it in front of other people.
Spraying it towards anyway.
If it's in GTA, it's going to be like some workplace setting where someone's jerking off, and it's going to be like a big thing that gets put on like the parody news things they have on there.
Just the opening scene, you're in an airport.
Yeah. Even though it wouldn't be a parody thing, because like Elon Musk had like a thing where he like paid off a woman I think he jerked off in front of too. Like, yeah, so it's not really a parody thing.
That's a power move.
So
what about
he tried to buy her a horse, I think. That was one of his bribes. He wanted to buy her a horse.
Here's Secretariat.
Yeah.
Thanks for seeing
Here's Secretariat.
Thanks for seeing me jerk off.
What was the one with the zebra? This is the horse. What was that horse? That zebra.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that
wasn't
stupid
Hayden
ass movie.
Panettiere in that.
No, she was in the actual like Secretariat, I think.
Oh, okay. We're just confusing shit.
Remember Seabiscuit though? Starring Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
No, I never watched that shit.
Then there's the weird one with Daniel Radcliffe where he was having sex with horses on Broadway.
On Broadway?
Yeah, he did Broadway after Harry Potter, and it was a musical.
Oh, I thought you meant him and the horse were on Broadway. The show was on Broadway.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like having sex with horses in the play. Little Daniel Radcliffe lore.
All right, so my
your New Year's resolution.
Well, I was gonna ask like your career work-based ones. So those, you think those are manageable? You think you're on your way?
They were like ideals. So when I started in my roles, I had ideas of what I wanted to do, specifically like things I wanted to do differently than what I'd seen, or like different ways to approach things. And I haven't been keeping with all of them, so just kind of like remembering to take the time to do those things that I originally set out to do.
So I used to be bigger into resolutions, like as in at the end of every year, have like a full little list of things I wanted to try to do better to the next year. But like now it's like in my teenage years / like maybe early 20s. Now I just have in my mind kind of things I want to do. The key thing now for me is like I've like quite literally worked for years to get to the career point that I have. So like this is kind of like a huge year for me. So yeah, you work several years, work really hard, and then like financially it should all work itself out. It's just about getting there. The other stuff, take out the career portion, is more like life-based things. You know, I feel like everybody talks about eating healthier, but like really being serious about that. Mm-hmm. Less time spent doing things that like kind of just burn money away, like going out or whatever. I've had alcohol one day this entire like year so far, and it tasted like poison. We went out, and I was like, it's like even my whole body was like, you're not supposed to be doing that anymore. And I was like, I'm done. And then like yeah, so that was two key things. The biggest one that I was most excited of in terms of like personal stuff was getting into like a certain level of in shape, body wise, exercise consistency that I've been talking about doing for the better part of the last 10 years.
Yeah. And
just being more serious about that. I have this mental idea of like dream body type of thing. And if you work out really hard, I have since been educated by like some people about how obtainable my dream body may be. Little fucker. How obtainable that dream body may be, but you know, I'm gonna work after it anyway.
See, we've already kind of talked about it here that he's a big WWE fan, and for most of his life he thought those were like realistic.
I didn't say that.
You would need a lot of money and no day job for that to happen,
and drugs.
And oh yeah,
it's really the natty or not really conversation was the biggest part. Of like what's a natural body and what's not. And to be honest, he contradicts himself a lot when he talks about it. I never
contradicted myself.
He'll literally be like, because this, that, and the other, steroids. Show him the same type of body type person. It's like, nah, you know, that's natural.
Have you ever seen a bag of rocks?
Yeah.
That's steroids.
Yeah. No, we addressed that. We had like a whole 40-minute conversation like 2 days ago about this.
Nothing I said was contradictory.
Yeah, it was decently contradictory. But in any case, so yeah, just working towards that. The key thing right now in terms of exercise is like I have like a messed up nerve right now, so I have like a ton of muscle-based problems and spine problems. So yeah, I can like barely.
Yep. We're approaching our 30s.
Yeah, you can feel that.
Some of those drugs those wrestlers take could help with that.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah, you should get on them. Your dream body's within reach. If you want to take SARMs or something.
Go to northern South America and get some stem cells. That'll probably help.
Yeah.
I'm not LeBron James.
To be honest.
Just go to another country. And
it's like super easy now to get like a legitimate like supply of like
roid body stuff.
Yeah, because like you can go to like a clinic and tell them like your testosterone's low. And if you go to like one that's like, this is what they're like known for, they'll just prescribe you testosterone. Like you'll just
go
get
to a shady ass clinic and be like,
most of them aren't shady though, is the thing. They're like very
is getting testosterone the same thing as doing roids or whatever? Getting roids,
that's what
steroids?
People don't take anabolic steroids anymore. Like they take TRT, which is testosterone. They'll take even HGH is like not a thing anymore.
Yeah,
like,
HGH
you're gonna die.
Yeah. Isn't that really
people do
up?
take it though, obviously. If you're like a bodybuilding, I think it's still pretty big, but yeah. And then like the low level ones are like SARMs. Those are usually like pills and stuff you can take. Those you could probably get if you just went down to like the local gym if you wanted to.
Just find some shady person willing to deal them to you.
Oh yeah, there's a whole menu of them out there now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got to do your research. We can do some after this.
I'll probably join Cobra Kai karate as well. You know, strike first, strike hard. No mercy.
We should do Mr. Miyagi to your nerves and see if that helps. That shit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll work.
We don't need drugs.
You can give it a shot.
We can do the Jackie Chan one. That one seemed more effective, to be honest. It's probably not.
It looked more painful.
Yeah. Athletes do it, though, you know? They do, like, the suction cup shit to them. Yeah. So, like, there's got to be some validity to it.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll lay you here on this table.
Add it to the Dunbeezy Dies playlist.
Dunbeezy Dies. Acupuncture, hot rock, and suction cup at the same time.
Have you seen
the Miyagi slap?
Have you seen the Jackie Chan Karate Kid with Jaden Smith?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's never back down levels of.
Is it?
I was waiting to see your reaction.
Don't you dare.
Is it folk style wrestling?
No.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
It's karate.
It does have a fire ass Justin Bieber song featuring Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
Legit. That one's not even a joke. I thought it was someone black singing it when
Is it Never Say Never?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've heard Never Say Never, haven't you?
Yeah.
That shit goes hard.
No, it's good. And at the end of the movie, he like breaks his leg, but fucking Jackie Chan comes in and like heats up some like glass bowls or some shit and like places them all over his leg and like they do like some suction cup shit.
I didn't even remember that part
on his leg. Oh.
Like, I knew he did some Miyagi shit, but
they changed it because in the classic Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi just used friction to heat his hands up and then just put them on Daniel's leg.
I thought he slapped it. Didn't he slap his like body or whatever?
Maybe.
Wasn't it like?
I think there was some force, but it wasn't like he was just hitting them.
He just
fuck up, Daniel.
He just gets his adrenaline up, basically.
Also, in both of those, like their legs are like very clearly like broken, and like they just fucking like put hands on it.
Was better. It was better in the original Karate Kid. In 2010 Karate Kid, the Jaden Smith one, he broke his ankle or some shit, and somehow he was still walking.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he limped the rest of the way. He did that crane move.
They both did.
Not that crane. Not the same crane move, but
he did like a flip in the Jaden Smith one. It was cooler.
You only need one leg.
Yeah.
Anthony Robles starts with one leg.
The problem
you only need one leg.
The problem is karate is entirely on the feet.
he used it though. The crane shot.
Yeah, but
how many legs did he need to win in the end?
One.
Yeah. Case closed.
Yeah, one. Technically, they both use two because the crane is you stand on the one and then you have to like jump in the air. So you have to use the other leg to generate the force, though.
Like a Kyle Maynard amount of leg. Sorry.
Yeah. Another deep cut.
That Jaden Smith one, that's like a flip he did. It's like, you can't even practice that one at home. I tried to when I was like 14 and I just landed on my head. It hurt.
I have thick mats that you could try it on.
I'll try it again for the first time in 15 years.
Some dude did that in a taekwondo match that I keeps going on Twitter. He the kid comes in and does a kick, and the guy dodges it by flipping in the air and kicking the dude in the head as his leg swung around.
The Jaden Smith move.
Yeah, it was cool as fuck. I think it was illegal though, reading the comments, but it was cool as fuck. The people in the crowd, they're like, because it's Taekwondo, there's just people all around, and they do it, and everyone's just like, oh, like, what the fuck did they just see? There's a dude sweeping in the back that just stops sweeping and just stares.
That's a movie moment.
Yeah.
That reminds me of
the guy edited a short into it too of the TV offbeat, the mustard drop, and right as he lands the kick, it does the drop. Yeah, that's cool.
That just all this karate talk reminds me of Michael Scott versus Dwight.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, the fight. Yeah, the fight was good. The fight was good. And then Dwight's all defeated the rest of the episode.
Yeah, and then he has to finally promote him to actual assistant.
Yeah.
To the regional manager.
Assistant
regional manager.
Yeah, no. We should The Office is your new favorite show.
Yeah. I have a lot of new shows.
Our friend here did something that not many people can do in 2025, which is start The Office for the first time.
Yeah.
I like the way you phrased that.
Because CamCam told me you started The Office, and that sentence made no sense to me. I'm like, you went back to rewatch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Better than Friends. He confessed it off camera.
Stop lying to the audience. He keeps trying to prompt that question. I'm like, it's good.
I'm, as Tim Pool would say, I'm prop clipping. You remember that Sam Cedar shit?
Yeah, no, it's a solid show. I never denied that. If you go back in the episodes for our like regular viewers audience, when we have our Friends versus The Office debate, I'm like fully being more respectful to The Office because I already knew it was a funny show because I knew how popular it was and stuff. You're the one who wanted to be like, Friends isn't even funny. That show is trash.
I don't think it's funny. I'll stand on that. I'll continue standing on that.
So anyway, yeah, it's pretty good. Solid show. Yeah. Fuck Dwight.
And I believe
Dwight's pretty good.
I believe Drake has been up to more stuff.
Drake?
You keep saying his name.
Because Meek, who was it? No, it's Soulja Boy on Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Someone brought up Drake and he just went, Drake? Why are we talking about it? And like he just starts talking shit about him. Iconic. Fuck, where to start? It's been a while since we've like, for one, we didn't film one last week, so there's like 2 weeks worth of shit. Drake dropped a track and it was a diss against LeBron.
Oh yeah, that. Okay, now I was like, what new things have happened?
That's what he's doing. He's dissing people that aren't the artists
because he sided with Kendrick and he was one of like Drake's friends for the last 10 years, 15 years.
At LeBron's birthday party, there's a video of him rapping Man at the Garden word for word, and then this track came out like a week after.
Well, and even before that, what gets referenced in the track he dropped and then deleted, and you know how that shit goes, it was like leaked. But it was leaked in a way how many artists, including Drake especially, leak shit and then it gets deleted. He literally referenced like you went like basically you got concert tickets. I saw you at his show, referencing the Pop Out concert where Kendrick was in the Staples Center, I believe. Was Staples Center?
No.
It was the Forum, Fabulous Forum.
Might have been.
Anyway, it was in California, and so a ton of like LA icons and people like that came out, and including so there's like Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, people like that, but also they cut to the crowd. LeBron is there, fully just like enjoying it as everyone else did. So from that point, people were like, what's going on in like Drake's social circle? Because everybody knows he's friends with LeBron. And now we know they're not cool with each other anymore.
Well, I've read theories about the song. I listened to the song one time and then never again will I listen to it or even like pay attention to it. But there were like interesting theories about it. Not interesting in a good way, but like one I read was that the entire song was about LeBron's life, like a big diss at LeBron, basically alleging that he cheated and on his wife and like all kinds of shit. And yeah, I don't even like really know where to go with that. But you guys remember Meet the Grams?
Ding, ding,
yeah.
Ding. Yeah.
You remember the big reveal in there at the time?
His daughter.
Yeah, the daughter thing that everyone went crazy over, even though there was Epstein allegations in there. But the daughter thing might actually be true. People went through Drake's dad's Instagram, and there's a picture where he says, my granddaughter or something like that. Drake's dad, 11 years ago, which adds up almost perfectly. And the kid was about 1 year old in this picture. And it adds up almost perfectly to what Kendrick's talking about in Meet the Grams. And the rumor is that Drake has a sister, a half sister, and that the only other explanation is that this granddaughter was that sister's. But Drake also denies that that's his sister, so we don't fucking know. Like, it's kind of a mess, but
it's wild that Drake backed out of the beef with Kendrick and is now going after LeBron, like,
as one does.
Like, no, the fight's over. Stop, truce. And then this swings on your friend. Like,
I think he wanted Kendrick to drop another one.
No. But
I do. I think he wanted it to keep going because that's the only way you come back from an L like that is to force the other person into an L.
I don't know. I think he's going a different route, kind of like the Punk way, like you mentioned. Like, I'm not going to fight this guy, but I'll fight somebody who, like, can't swing back because LeBron's not a rapper, so he's not going to, like, release a whole diss track. The most he can do is, like, say a statement.
Was LeBron an actor before Space Jam?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron beat Drake in a rap battle.
I do believe LeBron could buy ghostwriters talented enough to beat Drake's ghostwriters. Yeah. Just be like, hey, Kendrick, can you hop back on? Can you give me some lines?
I think Kendrick might hate Drake enough that he would go straight for LeBron if it was at Drake.
Shaquille O'Neal is a successful dubstep producer and DJ, so like, who says he can't?
Yeah, he's been making rap songs since like the late 90s too.
No, I do, obviously what Drake's doing is some bitch shit, but I do think he wanted that battle to keep going. Because, like, you can't take an L like that and just want it to, and be okay with how it ended. You know, there's no way that that's what he wanted.
I mean, no, that's not what he wanted, but, like, all you're doing now is re-inflaming the wound, which is also the only thing he's done since, like, with the fucking, the suing and everything.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that the way it ended, he couldn't just keep dropping tracks at Kendrick and not have Kendrick respond, because then it shows like a very clear change in the hierarchy. Like, Drake was always the one that would get diss tracks made at him and he wouldn't respond to them. Joe Budden, a bunch of other ones, but Common too.
Yeah.
And he just wouldn't respond to him. He's a bigger artist. He doesn't have to respond. Imagine if that happened in the inverse now, Drake versus Kendrick, and Drake just started dropping tracks and Kendrick's not responding. So it makes... So he can't do that, but he did make a track that Kendrick technically didn't respond to. Obviously, it was trash, but so I think he wanted that battle to keep going on. That's the only way he could win in that specific battle.
No, there's no way. Because, like, dude...
I'm not saying he would have.
No, it's embarrassing. Like,
I'm just saying it's the only way it can.
It would not, and I did recently, I don't know if you saw this, I recently saw, I forget who it was who's on Big Boy, who's one of Kendrick's people. They basically said, like, he basically said that, like, when all that was going on and, like, Not Like Us dropped, Kendrick was, like, fully ready to just keep going. Yeah. He was not ready to be done.
He dropped an album, what, months? Like 2 months, 3 months after that?
About 3 months later.
They talked about that too. The GNX track that no one likes, they recorded that like 2 days before that album got released.
Well,
and it explains why it sounded awful,
but just in general, that I forget who it was who was on Big Boy in the morning. But point is, he was like, I remember we all heard it at the time. Everybody's loving the track and everything. And you talk to Kendrick, it's like he's still like amped up, ready to like drop some more, which is literally what he says in Not Like Us. Like, I got 5 more ready to go. Yeah. And everybody's like, you can calm down.
Yeah, I'm not saying Drake would have won. I'm just saying that's the only way he can win is if the battle had continued.
He can't win. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm not saying he would. But I'm just feasibly, that is the only way he comes out of that battle winning.
Fuck Drake.
I will say, going back, I don't think GNX is as bad as off of the first listen. I think I did have high hopes, or like the bar was very high.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad.
Sorry,
it's not the worst song.
For a minute there, I thought you were because I don't think about that track ever. So
no, the song GNX. Right. Yeah.
I was like, whoa, not as bad.
Yeah, the song is definitely not that bad, and like some of those guys have like kind of it sparked like their career a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, the one I'm hit a J3. Yeah. He like got a bunch of. He's like on Twitter all the time now. I see him like talking shit. Wow. And he's been on a bunch of tracks. Those guys have all made tracks together now since.
Peso, I'm saying I've seen a Peso song trend now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Peso is kind of the best one.
I thought outside of the Sandbox line, hit a J3s was the best. The last guy, that I forget his name, but he had the worst like beat. Oh my god! Like they set that guy up for failure though. That was the driest beat you could have put someone on. It would have been one of those beats where Kendrick got shit for rapping on it, though. Like, because, sometimes I'll see people on Twitter like, oh, this beat is terrible. Why is Kendrick on it? And it's like, those beats were, like, more flavorful than that beat at the end of GNX, though.
I could see, because it was rushed, that was just kind of unfinished and they sent it anyways. But I could also see that, like, he just got last dibs at it, and it'd be hard to turn down getting on a Kendrick song just because you don't have the best part of it. I could easily see it being like, nope, this part is bad, but I have my shot, so...
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but... It might have worked out for him. Yeah. I remember on the Black Panther album, what's that group name? SOBXRBE? I think was the group name. They were on like my favorite song on that Black Panther album, and they were like an under. What?
What was that?
What do you mean?
What song I'm saying?
I don't remember. I'd have to look, but no, that song was so good, and they were like an underground LA group too.
You know what's a good song? All the Stars.
Yeah, of course. There's a rumor that they're gonna make an album together. Kendrick.
Well, they're already touring, this year?
Yeah.
We all going to go do that? We're all going to go see that?
I haven't checked ticket prices in a while, but when they first came out, they were like hundreds of dollars for one ticket.
All right, never mind, but like...
They might have dropped. If they were like...
Give us money on our Patreon so we can go see Kendrick and SZA in concert.
We don't have that, so donate on the Twitch, where we get... $1 for every, I think, 3 that you would send. So it's a very inefficient way.
Send us $20 each for every single one.
Ask for my Cash App in the comment section. I'll probably put it down there.
Yeah, we can do that. And then we'll go to Kendrick, and we'll live stream the whole thing on Twitch if we're allowed to. We're probably not allowed to, but...
The playoffs.
So
the playoffs.
Go sports.
Playoffs? No, fuck that.
Wait, what's that from?
That's Jim Mora.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
Because you wanted to, talk about the Drake thing.
No. So like, I wrote a script, like a draft of a TV show based around our apocalypse scenario, right? It's at least a good 7 seasons. It's going to mostly follow you guys, right?
Is this an action thriller?
It's like Last of Us vibes. Yeah, action thriller like they all are.
A little psychological.
Mm-hmm. Actually, if y'all have ever seen the movie Civil War, which I'm going to recommend for all of you to see.
The Captain America one?
No.
Oh.
I didn't like that one. What? What?
We'll save that for another time. Anyway,
Why?
Civil
Let's talk
War,
about it.
the movie from last year, came out that basically very loosely followed, very much loosely followed like what would happen unless, like it was like a real life example of what could actually happen if like America in modern times with our modern technology developed like basically schismed and like the whole country kind of fell apart and it became like warring factions.
It's like drones versus drones.
Yeah,
hacking versus hacking.
It's a really good movie, but it's a fantastic movie. In any case, it stems from a book, but it's pretty good. Anyway, the first season is going to be more like a build up to the Civil War. It would be like pre the apocalypse. It would be like it's about to happen type of vibes.
I'd say most recent apocalypse film series start like at the moment it kicks off.
Right.
Like normal life for like 2 minutes and then the bombs drop and then the zombies come and then
the first season is going to be the build up. It's like reaching the fever pitch and then the world kind of ends in the finale.
like a couple things in the background, like, oh, new virus spreading, and then they just carry on with their day, and then like, oh, so many deaths in this metropolis.
There's a new one
city.
spreading right now.
Right.
H5N1,
Something like that.
the bird flu.
In any case, so it's gonna be tensions building, then the world ends. Then I'm out of the series, like I'm written off, because the last time you guys see me, I like run towards the zoo for hippos, and then you guys don't see me anymore. And then it's just a series, whatever you guys are trying to do shit, and then you're facing certain factions and shit. But then comes the final season when you have to go through a forest. And you know what happens? You want to know what happens?
The forest people die.
No, I'll tell you. So here's what happens.
There's a fire truck tipped over.
So yes, there's like a random fire truck with moss and shit, right? And then you get captured, and then it's like, then there's like this dreaded like weirdo who's like all perched up in the trees with like gray hair and shit. Because
and
like
has
describing yourself as a weirdo.
no, yeah, it's like you're like, I'm like from far away, and it's like covered in shit, and then it's like, oh, that's Jebediah up there, and then like I swing down, right, and then what's his name? Because it's been like years. We're all like in our 40s. We're like older men now. Like the show.
Would we know you as Jebediah, or would we?
No, that's the key thing.
We would have said your like real name then.
See, that's the key thing. But I have so much like hair and
the
shit.
facade would
I'm
be gone.
picturing it in Black Panther, the snow people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good example.
About that.
Yeah, you're right.
Similar.
So like, point is yeah. So like, I have all this hair and dreads drooped over, and I'm in. I got all this gray hair and shit. Then point is like, it's like this whole big reveal moment where it's like, hello, old friends. Oh shit! He did the tree thing that like was referenced beforehand.
And then the show's over.
That's season 3 opener?
No, this is this final season, right? You guys.
There's been multiple seasons leading up to this.
This is season 7, right? You only hear about forest people and shit like that, but like it's very loosely in the background. So the last time you saw me, it's like the hippos, and then I like it's like fuck.
So
dead.
There are 6 seasons of build up.
I'm not editing that out.
So there's 6 seasons of build up.
There's 6 seasons of just like you guys going through the Civil War apocalypse.
We are the main characters.
Yeah, you guys are the
story.
main characters. That's what I'm saying. You guys are the main
humble.
characters. I'm gone after the first season.
But then he comes back and will be the main character.
Like, no. I'm a side character.
How is the leader of the tree forest hippos not the main character?
No. If anything, I'm a weird side character.
So we just like share a meal and keep moving through the forest.
Do we bully you? You said the weird side character.
So in the first season, I'm like trying to really explain to you guys like I'm all about war. Get that fucking gun away from me. And you guys are like, don't you realize there's a Civil War apocalypse coming? Take this shotgun. And then I'm like, get this fucking thing. And then I split off from the rest of you guys. You guys think I'm gonna die. I'm like, I'm headed for the zoo. And then it's like,
we're missing all the most interesting things in the show. We would just have a normal like apocalypse show,
and all this happens off screen.
Yeah, but
we learn about it 7 seasons later.
You create a society
What's fun is that
without violence.
Well, listen, no, it comes back around. All right, you guys are gonna love this part. I thought about this last Monday. So when you guys see me again, and we're like in our mid 40s or whatever, because the show spans like years, like decades of time and everything. I'm like explaining to you guys that what's the name. So I'm like saying, I'm like, let them go. They're my old friends and everything. And then there's like some awesome music and shit that plays. And I'm like, how have you fellas been? It's been so long. And then like we go up top to like the tree houses that are all like mansions and shit because we've evolved in like all these decades.
But are still tree people.
Yeah, tree and ground. The ground people. That's where we start. I explained to you boys that so I explained that to you guys, and I show you guys my civilization and how I've come to I basically catch you guys up on what I've been up to for the last 6 seasons. As you guys are moving through and everything else. I have a son-in-law. He's like huge and shit. He's all beef and buck and shit. He's
having a son-in-law implies that you have another child.
I have a grown child. Yes, she'll take over.
Why'd you introduce your son-in-law first?
I was gonna make a joke on how Nips was gonna try to hit on my son-in-law. And I'm gonna be like, you stay away from my son-in-law.
He comes with us, like when we leave the forest.
Yeah. Because you guys are gonna take some of my crew with you.
Why?
You'll need it for the big final battle.
You're implying that you have a daughter already married to this other man.
Yes.
That is now your son-in-law, but then Nips steals him.
Don't make eye contact with Nips. You stay away from my son-in-law. Yeah.
Why can't you just have a son that?
No. I have a grown daughter who is taking over who's gonna take the reins.
Who is committed to another human.
In any case, the key thing is this. I've made some corrections in all the decades since we last spoke to each other about my tree forest hippos. The key thing is this, boys. We are an equitable society. You want to know how? You want to know how I fixed the tree forest hippos? See, what we had going on was like a class divide thing, which I don't know how.
I thought it was a race divide.
It was
class,
both. Race.
It was class and race. What we're going to do is we all pull our weight. Here's the catch, boys. I listened to what you guys said. And the way how it works now is everyone does their service time. You spend 2 weeks up top and 2 weeks below. The trees and the ground, we all take part in switching it up every like 2 weeks.
And you do your 2 weeks?
Yeah, everybody does their 2 weeks. Yeah, we all go down below, and then you're the ground people doing shit. You go up top, you're the tree people.
Why do you need the ground people?
You need the ground.
But
exactly.
You need the ground. First off, that's our first line of defense for shit. Like, they are the ones who are always hidden doing shit down below. You need the ground. Don't start with me. You need the ground. We need ground. How can we can't live in the air. We're humans. Anyway, the key thing is we all do our part to stay alive by doing groundwork, muddy and shit. I do less than everyone else. But then...
I figured.
And then...
You're just on like lower branches for a week, and then you go back up for 2 months.
So the series is building up to like a big final battle, like on a battlefield, because everything does now in television and movies. And I'm like, we won't help you. I'm sorry. You cannot have any of our people for the battle. And then you guys are like, but come on, Jebediah, it's been so long. And I'm like, no, I know we have millions in the trees and the ground and the mud, but no, we can't help you. We are a peaceful people, but we will lead you through the tunnels on the way out. And then, because that was like midway through the final season. And then what happens? The cliche. We show up anyway at the end of the season. And then we show up.
Is it because your daughter forgave your son-in-law for leaving?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I was just going to say, like, I wanted to fight with you boys one final time, just as we did when we were younglings and shit. And then, like, it's like a great battle and stuff. And then they're like, you guys are like, what can the tree forest hippos really provide with a bunch of spears and stones and shit? We don't even have the high ground. And then that's when I reveal, the big true reveal is that I took one final lesson from you boys. You know what that is? You know what that is? I learned to trust guns. And then we just pull out a whole shit ton of weaponry. And then we start shooting and shit like that. And it really turns the tide. And then what?
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, that was the big one.
So we have a series built off of a side character and side arc.
Yeah. No, you guys have 6 full seasons of it being about you, but I was in the first season, so it's like there's like a built-up fan base.
But the primary idea is the tree people and the hippos, which is seen a little bit at the beginning, and 6 seasons later for the first half of the 7th season.
Yeah, I'm just one character. It's not just about me. It's not. You can't have a whole series about tree people doing weird shit. That's not a series. All right, that's not compelling enough. That's maybe a spin-off show.
It's like City of Embers, but opposite.
In any case, the finale, it's like I learned how to use these things because we used like mutilated corpses and other people to like for shooting practice, and so like we know how to use guns. Yeah, for like the people that we had to like kill and
I was
shit.
gonna let him glaze over that.
Yeah. I was like,
you could put a bottle and
I
shoot
spent decades practicing on people. We would like let them run away and pretend like we'd let them escape, and then we just use them for shooting practice.
That is a war crime.
Yeah, it's the apocalypse. There is no such thing as war crimes. It's all just survival tactics.
That's not a survival tactic.
The final thing I do, I finally
has nothing to do with survival.
I finally sacrifice myself for the group because I'm like, okay, guys, we got to get through that big, like, we need a distraction. We need somebody to take the fucking truck into there.
The fire truck?
Yeah, we got to take the truck into there, and then it explodes and shit like that. And then that'll give us an opening to do some shit. And I'll be like, let me go, brother. I'll do it. I would do it, brother.
You've lived a long and fruitful life at this point, it sounds like.
I have. My daughter can lead the people from this point.
Why do you have an accent?
I developed one, sir. My daughter can take it from here. It's been nice to live well and battle with you fellows. Once again.
No.
Your accent is like floating between like an African accent and then like it went Old English there.
Listen, the key thing is this, fellows. It's been wonderful to fight beside you once again. Take this gun, take these, live it well, make sure my daughter makes it back to the trees, and I will do it. I've lived long enough.
Does the daughter and son-in-law reconnect?
I think we'll have the son-in-law die, because like
he's an asshole.
Yeah, it's gonna be like loosely implied that like fuck him.
It'll just make it easier for the plot if he's just not around.
Yeah.
And then I'll make like a fourth wall breaking moment because you guys are like, no, don't fucking get in that truck and shit. And then I'm gonna be like, this is a story made in Hollywood. Someone black has to die. Goodbye.
Just go scary movie at the end. all the ground people would be cheering as you're driving off.
But in the final season, if the audience likes my character enough, we'll amend that where I sacrifice myself for like a rando of one of my.
Or you just climb out of the.
I'll do it, sir. Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, fine. You do that shit.
You climb out of the wreckage, and it's just like you were actually protected.
You actually jumped out of the truck last second. That's like the reveal, like 3 seasons later.
There's just now a camera in it, and you just go, "Oh fuck this." That shit would hurt. Dive out.
After I learned the power of the gun, I had nothing but you boys to thank. Also, the equitable practices of everyone being tree and ground people, because my society was going to go under eventually. The ground people were going to try to take us over.
Yes.
Even though we were going to fling shit at them and stones. We had a big stone ready.
Who brings the stones up?
That's a good point.
I like how it started as equitable and then it went back to shitting on the ground people.
No, I'm saying that's what we would have had to do. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, fellows. It's been an amazing ride to ride with you. But see, what do I do with my character? I think my
nope.
Oh god.
But see, what do I do with my see my character has no point to live. It's supposed to be I die and then my daughter takes the tree people.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
If this was a real show, I wouldn't get over that. Like, you just show up and you have an accent. Like I wouldn't be able to get past that.
Hello, once again, brother.
Be like, who the fuck are you?
I am Jebediah now. Who you once knew
Daryl,
died
why are you
long
talking
ago.
like that?
Who you once knew died long ago. But I am here now. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's this one part in like the forest episodes where you and I are going to get into a fight. Like when you first get there, like you think it's all rosy.
Okay.
We're like in the trees. We're up in the trees and everything. And I'm like, but there's one thing. We must fight. We must duel. And then I bring out like a spear. And then you get like a spear or some shit too.
Oh, fuck.
And then we duel. And then everyone has to watch because that's the only way how you get passage is that you have to battle.
Like in Black Panther.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's what I was thinking.
The key thing is it goes for a while and then I have you down and shit and then I'm like I win and then you think I'm gonna kill him and but then I'm like no. You know why?
Why?
It's a reference to years back. I'm like it's a reference to years back. It's like I beat you, you beat me, and then I beat you again.
Wow.
I break the tie.
It's symbolic.
For reference, audience, I used to
like the main character.
No. No, it's a reference to real life. I used to put him in a headlock, then he grew. I used to put him in a headlock back in grade school a lot. Then he grew. That doesn't happen anymore. And then now I'm bringing it back around. It's like I never forgot the 2 L's I took in wrestling you. So now it's like, ha!
Well, if you've been training in
now
trees,
we are even, brother. What?
If you've been like training in trees and stuff and we're fighting in the trees,
yeah,
you should beat my ass.
That's what happens. And I'm like, we are even now, brother.
You made it sound like a struggle though. You know how uncoordinated I'd be if we were fighting in a tree.
It's for entertainment purposes.
Okay.
It has. We have. You guys are like the main stars. We have to make you
a big flat platform in a tree. So like in the background.
Yeah.
I was thinking some Tarzan shit.
Not branch to branch.
No, we've spent
very big branches.
It's like 25 years worth of building tree houses, dude. We have like full platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've gone full Ewok.
Not just the Ewoks, Jets people from Avatar.
We split like 6 seasons of a show across 25 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Get some prosthetics, some more wrinkles,
do we
gray
have
hair.
Do we have anything good going on in our lives?
I didn't go that far. I went more so into my own thing and my portion, you know. For season 1, the build up of me, and you guys are saying you I don't care about your ethics. You're gonna fail in the apocalypse when everything goes under.
That's what we were saying. Is you built the premise of the show on this thing, and then we ignored the thing.
The bulk of the show is gonna be you guys and whatever
you keep saying
thing you guys do, and mostly it's gonna be like you guys as a merry band of a few people, and what you guys try to do is just make it across the country, not joining any factions and shit, then having to join factions, and just your standard apocalypse shit. Meanwhile, I'm been off the
dog.
show.
I want a dog. That's all I want.
That dog's gonna die.
It will have to. That's how it works.
Yep. For dramatic purposes.
Nope, it can't.
Yep.
It's the first one where the dog lives.
It looks you in the eyes and says bark, 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 gets in a fire truck and drives into the enemies and explodes.
It's a Dalmatian also.
I'll get you a new one at the end.
So I go like John Wick.
You get like a new dog at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kill my dog and I go insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I rampage my way through.
That'd be a solid
like
Midwest.
a Negan moment or some shit.
Like once we get season 5 to like keep things interesting.
Yeah, that in The Walking Dead, Rick is actually like the bad guy. Like, they do that a lot, but when they go in and like murder a bunch of Negan's men in like cold blood, they like go into this facility and while they're sleeping, they just like fucking slit their throats and shit. And it's like, oh my god,
it's been an honor to fight beside you again, brothers, including you as well, Skeet. And then I'll like leave.
Who's Skeet?
Skeet was just on our last episode of the podcast.
Oh, so he's here too.
Yeah.
Does he have a dog? Skeeter?
His dog would likely live.
No. I didn't mean I wanted my dogs.
I know.
I just wanted a dog.
I feel like he knows how to train his dogs.
What the fuck?
I'm just saying. That dog's probably already ready for the apocalypse.
He said it was not.
Oh, okay then. Skeeter dies.
All right. Until next time, that's a lot of beans, you nasty bitch.
That's a good way to end the podcast. Let's end every week with that.
That's quite the outro.
Yeah.
Have a good one, y'all.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourselves.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.
Yeet.
Inspirasi tanpa batas, you know who I am. Notasi berotasi telepati, stay the best man, you got